Hi, it's Marilyn Stuttle here. Today I'm going to give you 7 ways to make your service stand out for you, for your team. And I'm going to give you a real life example because I think those teach better than any kind of theory. The other day I was scrolling through Facebook and a Facebook memory came up of a trip I took to Italy in 2015. Instantly, I remembered Francesca. She was my tour guide as we were touring the Vatican. Her service stood out so strongly that I've been recommending her company and her for years. So here you go. Here are the 7 things she did and how you could apply them in the work you do. Number 1, tune up your technology. When Francesca would walk through the Vatican with us, she had an iPad in her hand. And she used it to enhance our experience. With everything she showed us, she was able to instantly pull up a picture of the artist or the person involved in what we were looking at and really brought it to life with that technology. It enhanced our experience. Lesson learned: have technology, know how to use it, and use it fast. Plan and prep so that that technology is enhancing that customer experience. Number 2, rethink herd mentality. You know, customer service can be so transactional. You could go to the same deli, the same coffee shop, the same bank for years, and the person behind the counter doesn't remember your name, never even learned your name, and you don't even expect them to. Francesca, the first thing she did when she met her group that she was touring with, she asked our names and where we were from. And then she used our names throughout the time we were with her. As a matter of fact, one time, my husband and I kind of wandered off and we had headphones and we could hear Francesca saying, "Has anyone seen Marilyn and Cliff, the couple from Michigan?" She seemed really worried. So I guess we were lost and didn't know it. So we came over, and when she saw us, she looked relieved to have found us instead of irritated to have lost us. Lesson learned: learn people's name, learn how to pronounce their names, and use their names, even if you don't have to. It makes a lasting positive impression. Number 3, anticipate needs. We were going on a 4-hour tour with Francesca, and so she was tactful and clear about having us tend to our own needs. One time she said, she had us sitting down to rest for a bit in front of a restroom, and she said, "We're now at a restroom. It will be an hour before we're at the next restroom. I want you to be comfortable, so please take this opportunity." Notice she said, "I want you to be comfortable," not, "I don't want you to be irritating me that you have to go to the bathroom halfway through." She talked to our best interest. What was in our best interest? So the lesson learned is that, customers can get distracted, overwhelmed, overcome, overtired, and overlook their own needs. So anticipate those needs and put it into words framed from what benefits the customer best. Number 4, expressiveness is addictive. Francesca, being our tour guide, when I first saw her, I thought, oh, I hope this isn't going to be boring. I'm not somebody who likes to hear all the dates, facts, and history. I kind of tune out. But not with Francesca. She brought everything to life, made everything vivid by storytelling. I remember one thing she said. We were looking at Michelangelo's beautiful work, and she said, Michelangelo didn't like Raphael. But then again, he didn't like anybody. She had me captivated. I wanted to know more. Lesson learned: don't be boring. If you're coming across in a monotone voice, just spurting out the facts with no expression, you're likely to lose people. Be a storyteller. Practice what you're saying so that you bring it to life. Give analogies that make it make sense. Make it vivid. This is a little pre-work, but if you're being monotone, you've got work to do. Number 5, keep your eye on the prize. And by eye, I mean eye contact. Please don't groan. I know you know this. This is like the thing we learn right away. Make eye contact with your customers. Here's the thing. Francesca didn't talk at us. She talked with us, and she made eye contact in a way that was very interesting. She would look at us for visual cues. If somebody raised their eyebrow, she'd say, "Oh, did you have a question about that?" Looking is a form of listening. Lesson learned: make eye contact and look for cues to help you discern whether the customer is confused, upset, happy, excited, or has some kind of perception that you can address. Credibility rules. No matter what relic, piece of art, statue, or room we happen to be in, if anyone had a question, Francesca had an answer. She knew about it. She knew a great deal about it and brought it to life. She knew her stuff. Credibility means continuous learning, staying up on everything that's current and past within the work you do. Lesson learned: become an expert in your field. Take continuous training. Take continuous learning as a way of life, because when you do, you become that expert that people can count on. And number 7, care beyond the service. You know, the day after we toured the Vatican, we took another tour with a different tour group of the Colosseum. And the guy was fine. He wasn't Jessica great, but he was good. But at one point, my feet were tired. I was looking at the ground. And then I heard a familiar voice saying, "Ciao, ciao, ciao, ciao." And I felt a hand on my arm. I look up and I registered the face. It was Francesca with her another group that she was touring with. I was so surprised and so delighted that she remembered me and took a moment to say hello. That standout service. Lesson learned: customers are people and they love to be recognized, and they feel cared about when you connect with them after the service ends. It's that extra something you can do that makes you stand out among everyone else. Well, there you have it. 7 ways to stand out with your customers, but it's not just your customers. It's with your team members. It's with the people above and below you in the company. It's with your vendors. When you treat people with these 7 ways of being, you create a connection, positive word of mouth, and they just simply want to work with you.